Hey everybody, welcome to the Stream Team. I'm Patrick Stinson, and we have done a deep dive into the world of streaming. We've cut through all the clutter to bring you the content that is worthy of your time, and today's show is big.
Show them who we are.
It doesn't get any more epic than the world of Wakanda. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is new to streaming. We'll give you all the details. Also coming up today, things get super dark and very intense when revenge is part of the lesson plan to get back at the bullies in the glory.
Sorry I'm late, Brother Kwame. I didn't hear my alarm. Again?
Plus, the Proud Family is back for season 2, and it's hard to imagine, but they are even prouder and louder. Okay, lots to get to today, but of course I could not do it alone. So joining the Stream Team today, we have journalist and host Laila Muhammed. Back for a second visit. Thanks, Laila.
Hey, Patrick, good to see you.
And joining the Stream Team for the very first time, critic and entertainment reporter Stacey Yvonne. Stacey, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Laila, we are starting with you because we have big Black Panther streaming news. It's now streaming.
Yes, now streaming on Disney+. We're heading back to the beautiful African nation of Wakanda, and this time, get ready to swim. So Ryan Coogler takes us back to Wakanda, and I think for a lot of us, we were wondering, where does this pick up? Because we know Chadwick Boseman passed in real life from cancer. And I think a lot of us were needing that closure for heading back to see Black Panther. How does this all play out? And so that was incorporated in the storyline. We know that King T'Challa, which is not a, this is no spoiler alert here. We know King T'Challa is not gonna be in this sequel here, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And it was beautifully written in, I think, in terms of letting us have that closure, realizing that King T'Challa had an illness that he kept from his family, much like Chadwick Boseman did in real life, from keeping it from his fans and from his coworkers that he was struggling with cancer. So we lose King T'Challa very early on in the movie. And this family is left with, how do we protect Wakanda? Because everyone now knows Wakanda is technologically advanced. Wakanda has vibranium, and the rest of the world wants some of what Wakanda has. But let me tell you what I like the most. We're introduced to a new world. Now, for folks who were fans of the comic books, the Marvel comics, they're not new to Namor, but for us, those of us who are new to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I didn't know much about him. Actor Tenoch Huerta. Oh my goodness. Come on now with the winged feet up in the water. I wanted to hop in to see if I could find a husband down there in the world underwater. But we're learning that this is a very special world as well, and that Wakanda's not the only one with some special powers. I will say, you will cry in the beginning, you will cry in the end. There are some surprises. One that kind of made me say, what? Why? Why did that have to happen? No! But I felt, as a fan of the first one, I felt very fulfilled that we got our closure from King T'Challa, but we also got to see the women of Wakanda shine. Everyone's returning, so that's the best part.
And this is also groundbreaking for Marvel. I believe this is the first time a Marvel movie has been nominated for an Oscar. And Angela Bassett.
Yes, first of all, can we give her a shout out too? Because she'd already won her Best Supporting Actress for Critics' Choice in the Golden Globes. Now she's nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Queen Ramonda. We also have to give a shout out to Ruth E. Carter because the costuming got nominated. Rihanna's song, which is beautiful, it's in the movie Lift Me Up, that was nominated. So 5 nominations in all for Wakanda Forever.
And I will tell you that the fact that it's coming to streaming, I love that because, no shade to the movie, she's long. So she's long. So at home, you can take a little intermission, make some snacks, make some drinks, and come back and finish it and really, really enjoy it.
Have you seen it yet?
Yes.
Okay. But I do, and you're probably the same, I do want to watch it again now that it's streaming.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think when you're watching it in the theater, we've waited for this, and we knew we had a major loss with this movie, with Chadwick Boseman passing. So I wanted to be present for every moment, but I was also in anticipation. This time, I think I can watch and just be present.
We got the introduction of Riri, who is going to be our Ironheart, and that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out through the MCU. I believe she's going to get her own series on HBO, so very excited for that. And my whole thing with Namor, I was like, are we ever going to see Sin Amor become Con Amor? You know, like, what are we going to do? I asked Ryan Coogler, he was like, you don't know, never know. So
okay.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
And I will text you both the night that Angela Bassett wins her Oscar.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Go, Angela.
Laila, if people out there haven't seen it yet, they should search for your interview with her, where she's telling you how she stays so beautiful and so healthy. I just saw that on somebody else's website, and it's so great, Laila.
Oh, thank you, Patrick.
It's
You know,
so
that
good.
was from the junket we did in Paris for Mission Impossible Fallout. And it was ahead of the world premiere. And we were talking, you know how this goes. Both of you guys know how this goes. I think most folks don't realize we get so little time. So I'm watching the clock, tick down from 4 minutes. And I'm thinking, I've gotten everything that everybody else has. What do the people really want to know? And I just threw that out there, not thinking she'd tell me, but she really told me.
Monday, Tuesday, I may eat carbs, fruit. Tuesday, Wednesday, I may do protein, veggies every day. No fats those 4 days. And then the last 3 days, I flooded with fat. Good fat, though. Maybe coconut oil, salmon, almonds, almond butter, olive oil, walnut oil, that sort of thing. I don't do any dairy. All right, I don't do any bread flour. I'll do Ezekiel bread, which is sprouted bread. Okay, is that good?
It let me know I will never look like Angela Bassett. I love dairy and bread too much. And pasta, no, can't do it.
Yes, she
but
doesn't eat
God
cheese.
bless her. She's amazing.
Certainly
So good.
is.
And that clip is phenomenal.
Thank you.
All right, Stacey, you have something for us that puts bullies in the bullseye when a woman is dedicated to revenge.
So The Glory is Netflix's latest K-drama, and it is the revenge fic that you never knew you needed. It stars, and forgive me about the pronunciation, but Sung Hui Kyo. She plays Moon Dan Sun, and she is this girl in high school. She was bullied, and when I say bullied, I mean bullied. Like, there are 5 kids that just decided to pick on her for, whatever crazy kid reasons. But one of them is just straight up sociopath. And so, like, there's curling irons that they press into her skin. She has all of these scars that will just never go away. And then the teacher basically calls her out about it, saying, why are you trying to make trouble for this school? Why are you trying to make trouble for me? Just take it. It's not that bad. And like, her parents kind of it's just a whole thing. So then 17 years later, we see her. She has moved back to this town. She's gotten a job as a teacher in that school where the daughter of one of her bullies goes to school. And basically it unweaves this whole tale of revenge, and Mama has left no stone unturned. She is ready to go. She's just amazing. And she's kind of one of those people that's very interesting, because she's like, I'm done. I'm not a good person. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to connect with you, because I have this goal, and that goal is going to happen no matter what. But of course, little things pop up, and you get some people that want to help for their own reasons. And then you get some people that are like, I don't know about her. You might want to look in on her. So it's so good. Part 1 is on Netflix right now, and it is dubbed. And so it's subtitled and dubbed. And part 2 comes back in March, and whew, we are not ready.
Like, I'm not sure that I loved her for the right reason, but I did love her dedication to the long game. She was
There we go.
in it. She was in it.
She was a planner. She was organized. She had it down.
I like the trailer when she's telling the kids, like, your parents' money is no good here. What you wear is no good here. And if you bully a child, you and your family will pay. I mean, basically, that's what she's telling the kids.
Kids don't have a chance.
And the little girl is so innocent. And then she's like, and the woman, she's like, I know you're innocent, but I don't care. I'm going to destroy your man. I was like, oh, no.
Every bully out there should watch.
Yes.
Learn a lesson.
Exactly.
All right, now, Patrick, Stream Team. Hey, guys, Lee Thomas from Detroit. Let's talk about a movie that I think is well worth the stream. It's called RRR. It is an Indian film from a specific region in India that is bonkers. It has action, it has heart, it has song, it has dance. It sounds crazy with an over 3-hour runtime, and it is still worth the time. It is a movie that does things I have never seen a movie do, and the action in the film is simply incredible. It's the story of India trying to win its independence from the British. But the movie has a love story wrapped inside this action epic that is literally fun to watch. RRR is the movie I highly recommend you jump with your team and make sure you stream. It's on Netflix. You will have a good time, I promise. And if you don't have a good time, don't remember that I said anything. But if you do, hit me up, because it's worth the stream. Thanks for the time, guys. I love me RRR. And also, I dig the Stream Team too. Thanks, Patrick.
And we are back with the Stream Team. Okay, so now if you're looking for something fun, funny, fantastic, and upbeat, look no further than the Proud Family.
Hey, we here!
The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, kicked off Black History Month in a big way by returning to Disney Plus for season 2, which means more of Kyla Pratt as Penny Proud. She's a fun and energetic teenager with a larger-than-life family, that's an understatement, and friends who are over the top, and they're all out just for a good time. The show is widely praised for all of its diversity and inclusion, and you know it is kind of groundbreaking because the original Proud Family premiered more than 20 years ago, back in 2001, when none of us were even born yet. It took a little break, and then it came back last year in a reboot, and it's fantastic. They are now addressing social issues, which I talked to the creators, and they said that was something they felt like they had to do, but they do it in a fun, it's such a fun watch. It's just a fun, easy show to watch. You can just click it on and watch several episodes. I told my family earlier this year, we all got together, and I said, I gotta watch a couple of episodes for work. I didn't. I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes families I just wanted to make sure that they watched it, and they loved it. It's a fantastic little show.
I want to watch this. I'm excited. I saw Kyla Pratt doing an interview with Jennifer Hudson recently about it, and just saying wow, 20 years later, being able to bring back this role, and obviously having to alter her voice a little because she's a lot older. Because she was like 12 or something.
Right.
But this is really exciting for the whole franchise itself, and for families who really loved the original Proud Family.
It's just wild that it came back. That's unheard of.
Yes.
Well, they have been. We went to Comic-Con, and they had a special kind of preview panel, and there were so many people that were extremely excited about the reboot, about Louder and Prouder. And what they did that they updated it. So of course Penny does age, but she goes from 12 to 16. And so we see her now kind of in those teen years and dealing with all of that. that brings. But we also have new additions. So Billy Porter and Zachary Quinto are a couple, and they have 2 adopted kids who are twins, one voiced by Keke Palmer. It's so fun. But it invites another view and another avenue so that they can tackle those issues in a way that is authentic while also being entertaining. And so I thought that they ride that line very, very well. And I was like, those scripts had to be strong in order for Disney to be like, okay, come on back. But they got it done.
Also, a list of celebrity guest stars, like an A-list, all season long, and you can expect more in season 2 as well. Laila, the Prouds are one kind of family, but Ginny and Georgia are also another kind of family, a way different family, if you will.
Oh, America's favorite dysfunctional mama is back. Dysfunctional line cheating murderous mama is back in Ginny and Georgia. Take a look.
Ginny, your mama's a dangerous person. I know you think she wouldn't hurt you or your brother, but that doesn't mean she wouldn't hurt someone else.
Okay, so we pick back up with Ginny, the daughter. Georgia's the mama. Now, if you don't know from the original one, Georgia had Ginny when she was 15. Fast forward now, Ginny's in high school. Mom's in her early 30s. And they're in this new town. Their issue is they're always having to move because, as we learn, Mom has a lot of secrets about her past. So we do see more of Ginny's father in this new season. He's around more, he's moved closer to be closer to his daughter, but Ginny's mom and dad are not meant to be together, but it is nice to have them around. We also meet her little brother's dad. He's been in prison because he had an embezzlement charge, amongst other things, and he's out of jail now with a vengeance. He's mad at Georgia because he says she is the reason that he ended up all these years away from his son and in prison. It's just really well done. The acting's great. But I like how they touch on real issues. In the show, we talk about divorce. They talk about mental health, mental illness. They talk about, young people harming themselves.
At the end of the show, there's a disclaimer that says, if you know someone that is hurting themselves, or if you want to hurt yourself, call this number. And I was like, they need that, because I think the title, Ginny and Georgia, makes you think it's all butterflies and ice cream cones. It's not. They go deep.
They go really deep. And the 2 actresses in this, Georgia's played by Brianne Howie and Ginny by Antonia Gentry. Their chemistry is so good. It's really good. And they're very humble about how quickly this show took off. Because, it's been a couple of years since season 1, but they talk about both of them in interviews, traveling and running into fans and being blown away. And that's one thing Brianne said. She's like, I'm meeting grown men who are like, oh my God, I love this show. And I watch with my family. And she's like, our audience is so diverse, but so is the cast of this show. And I think that's what I really appreciate. It's a comedy. There are some heavy topics though, but it is funny. It's a funny show.
I'm glad that you chose this one to talk about, because I've been avoiding the show. I was like, I don't have time for a schmaltzy, mother-daughter, whatever kind of show. And my niece texted me and she was like, thoughts on Ginny and Georgia season 2? And I was like, I didn't watch the first one. So now I have no thoughts. But then I started seeing the memes and I was like, okay. I was like, she looks messy, in a fun way. So maybe, no, I'm not going to do it. And now I'm like, okay, I have to do it. I'm going to watch this show.
It's so easy to binge watch. So if you're just, seeing this for the first time and you now want to start, you have to start with the first episode of season 1 because it makes sense in the order it is. We get flashbacks so much throughout season 1 and season 2 that gives us clues along the way to who is really Georgia Miller. Who is this person? What's her backstory? So you have to watch it and put those pieces together.
All right, stick around. There is more of the Stream Team coming up next. All right, before we get to our final selection today, I have a couple of the Stream Team quickies, and who doesn't like a quickie?
Police are continuing to investigate a second murder among the elite.
They're calling him the Eat the Rich Killer.
The serial killer we love to love is back. Penn Badgley returns on February 9th for a 4th season of You on Netflix. This time around, his character Joe is in London as a university professor, and I'm sure everything's going to be just fine. I mean, what could go wrong, Joe? What could go wrong?
I couldn't get away.
The Great British Baking Show is back, but more professional than ever.
Baby, go.
Holy moly!
Yes, head on over to Netflix for The Great British Baking Show, The Professionals. It's a spin-off of the granddaddy of baking shows, but unlike the original, this version pits professional bakers against each other, not amateurs, but there is still all the drama.
No.
Near the end of the month, it's the beginning of the end for Snowfall.
It ever occur to you this is exactly what they want? For us to wipe each other out?
The crime drama returns to FX on February 22nd with next day streaming on Hulu. It's the 6th and final season, and we'll find Franklin Saint, played by Damson Idris, fighting for his life and his fortune as he tries to resurrect his fallen empire by any means necessary. All right, so Snowfall is coming up at the end of the month. In the meantime, there's a new detective on the small screen, and Stacey, he sounds a little bit like this.
He is a real legitimate Southern gentleman. Listen, it might be on ABC, but in the USA tradition of Suits, White Collar, Franklin and Bash, with a little bit of Burn Notice, Will Trent is the USA series that you've been waiting for.
Something's not right.
But what it is ain't exactly clear.
Somebody was carried out of the house.
Without an Amber Alert. There's a kidnapping.
Okay, whew, how do we get into this? Ramon Rodriguez, who is a beautiful, beautiful man. He is a detective, and at first you look at it and you're just like, oh, okay, it's just like a little procedural. This will be fine. Sonia Stone is in it. Fabulous. From The Wire. Gorgeous woman. Erica Christensen plays kind of an on again, off again love interest. But as we get into it, we start learning more about Will Trent. He is a Southern gentleman, and he was raised in a group home.
Will, get a chair in here.
If I get a chair, then people are gonna come into my office and sit in it.
Now, there are some things that you just have to kind of wonder about. Like, why is he the only one with this accent? And then when he starts yelling at people, like the Latino kind of accent comes out a little bit more. You're like, what's your deal, Will? Where are you from? But it's really, really exciting. He has dyslexia, and he has like an impeccable memory. So he takes all his notes on recorder, and he's trying to keep it on the low. And then when we start, he has exposed a bunch of dirty cops, but he still works with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. So he works directly with the cops who all hate him. And so he's the best in his field, but no one wants to work with him. And he has so much trauma. If you're looking for that thing to be like, I need to protect him at all costs, this is that show. It is so, I hesitate to say fun because there's a lot of murder, but it is very engaging. It is kind of heartfelt. It's entertaining. And I just have a good time. I put it on. I'm like, all right, let's go, Will. Yelling at the screen back at them and all that good stuff. So it's very engaging. I highly recommend it.
It is ABC and streaming on Hulu. Hulu's the only place I've seen it because, like I don't have time to sit down and watch. But I will tell you this. I was at a New Year's Eve party and we were watching TV because we were watching Ready for the Ball to Drop, and a Will Trent promo came on. And someone in the room went, oh, hold up, who's this daddy? And I was like, oh, they might be onto something with Will Trent, because like the whole room stopped and paid attention to the promo in the middle of a party.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think since Matlock we've had an Atlanta kind of thriller series, and for them to pick him, I'm like, yes, I'm here for it. I like it.
Haven't seen this, haven't heard of this, but you piqued my interest. And then when Patrick said, who's this daddy? I'm all in.
That's what I was. I thought that was the funniest moment at my New Year's Eve party. I was like,
fantastic.
I was like, in the middle of the party, we're about to bring in 2023, and they're talking about Will Trent. It was a fantastic moment. Hey, thank you to both of you for stepping up, giving us your time today. Before we go, I'd like to give you both a chance to do a little self-promo. Laila, let's start with you. Like, if folks want to get in contact, they want to see your work, where do we go?
Okay, well, I'm always on social media like the rest of the world now. On Instagram, Laila Muhammed TV. I'm also on Twitter as Laila Muhammed. But yeah, I'm still working as a correspondent for NBC California Live here in Los Angeles. I'm on the radio at KFI AM 640. And I'm part of a new show that got picked up by the BEONDTV called Cafe Mocha TV. We're on the Griot. We are airing at 10:30 weekdays. That's on Fridays, and then 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. It's a lifestyle destination show. And I'm so honored to be part of this. It was an idea that was born out of the radio show, Cafe Mocha Radio with Lonnie Love, Yo-Yo, and Angelique. Now there's a TV show spinoff, and I'm honored to be the host. And we go in search of Black culture across the country, hopefully across the world. Recently went to Tulsa, went into the historic Greenwood district and checked that out and talked with the Black business owners there. I got to go to Cincinnati, exploring Black culture and parts of North Carolina. So I'm really excited to be part of Cafe Mocha TV and now on the Griot.
And I saw this and I was like, when does Laila get a day off?
Never.
Never. Well done, though. We'll definitely be tuning in. Stacey, I ran into you on a red carpet, but where can the rest of the world run into you?
On every other red carpet in this city, I will probably be there. No, you can, of course, find me on syvonnecreative.com. That's kind of my home base. But I do a lot more on Instagram at Sticky Keys, STICKYKEYS. Also on Twitter. I like to keep it consistent and as easy as possible. But yeah, I am a member of the Hollywood Critics Association, where we have some shows, some after shows and that kind of thing that I take part in. Critics' Choice, AFCA, wherever there's a carpet, I will try to be there. I love it.
As you should. Thank you both so much for joining us, and thanks to everyone out there for watching, the stream team. Thanks. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.